Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
First of all, let us thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala who have given us mercy and blessing until we can meet in the class. Secondly, peace and salawat by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we say, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. The Honorable Miss Nisa Esfam and Biomet and all my friends, I would like to say thanks for coming to our presentation. It's great to see you all. Okay, let me introduce myself and my friends. I'm Islamic Kafakufi, is moderator.
I'm Miftahul Rizki. I'm here as the presenter.
I'm Muhammad Imam Al-Fajar, the presenter.
Sabja Semaresmi, I am as presenter.
I'm Nur Fatima, I'm as a presenter.
We are from Group 6. We will do presentation about research, journal is analgesic and antipyretic activities of methanol extract and its fraction from the root of Sconoleptus gross. The first presentation is to Imam. To Imam, time is yours.
The study aims to evaluate analgesic and antipyretic activities of the methanol extract and its difference fraction from the root of the Sconoleptus grossor using the acetic acid-induced writing and the Radiance Hill-tail flick method of pains models in mice and yeast induced by pyrexia in the rats at the doses of the 400 and 200 mg per kilogram. Introduction, materials and methods, result, discussion, and conclusion.
Introduction, material, methods will be read by Miftahul Rizki. To Miftahul Rizki, time is yours.
Introduction. This is the picture of Scanoplectus grossus. Various injuries and diseases are most often presented with pain and fever. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs and SAIDs are commonly prescribed drugs for their management, but significant gastrointestinal complications like perforation, bleeding, peptic ulcers, and obstruction have limited their use in clinical settings. Sconoplectus grossus, commonly known as kesur in Bengali language, belongs to family Cyperaceae and is commonly found in freshwater swamps, edges of ponds, and moist places. This plant is native in Bangladesh, Nepal, India, and other Southeast Asian countries. The root of this plant is used traditionally as diuretic and against various infections, burning sensitive, gonorrhea, and fever. Material and methods. Plant material. The roots of the plant Scanoplectus grossus were collected from Merisilial area, Bangladesh. The plant was authenticated by an expert taxonomist, and a specimen representing this collection has been deposited in the Dhaka University Herbarium, Dhaka, for further reference. Extraction of plant material. The roots of the plant were sun-dried for several days and ground into coarse powder using high-capacity grinding machine. The powdered material, 600 gm, was taken in spread clean from bottom flash and soaked in 2.5 ml of methanol. Chemicals. Paracetamol and diclofenac sodium used were obtained from ACA Pharmaceutical Ltd, morphine, and yes were purchased from Gonosastaya Pharmaceutical Ltd, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Experimental animal. Albino Vista rats 120 until 150 grams, and Swiss albino mice 25 until 30 grams of heather sex purchased from the animal research brand of Jahangirnagar University Dhaka were used for the study. Phytochemical screening. The preliminary phytochemical screening of methanol root extract and its different fraction were performed using standard protocols. Analgesic activity, acetic acid-induced writing test, the method described by Koster et al., was used for the evaluation of analgesic activity in mice. Radiant head-tail flick test. The analgesic activity against thermal stimuli was evaluated using methods described by Diamore and Smith. Antipyretic activity is induced hypothermia in rats. The antipyretic activity was evaluated with fever induced by Brewer yeast following the established method. Statistical analysis. All values were expressed as the mean standard error of the mean SAM, and the result well analyzed statistically by one-way analysis of variance ANOVA for analgesic activity and multivariate analysis of variance MANOVA for antipyretic effect, drug time, followed by Janet Pulse, Hawk multiply comparison test by using SPSS pair.
Result will be read by Maseta Sabjasena Resmi. To Maseta, time is yours.
Maseta masih mute.
Sorry. Result 1. Phytochemical screening. The phytochemical analysis of the methanol root extract from chronoplot process as well as petroleum ether furnace has shown the presence of alkaloid, tannin, and flavonoid. 2. Acetic acid intensity rating test. The effect of methanol extract and its outcome of Chronoplus grossus on acetic acid induced rating is present. 3. Radiant heat tile fix test. The result of methanol extract and its different differences from root of Chronoplus grossus when subject to screening of chemical action. Antinocipative active of radiant heat tile fix method is tabulated. 4. Antipyretic activity. Antipyretic effect of methanol extract from root of Chronoplus grossus on and is driven fraction on rectal temperature are present in table 2 and figure 5. The subsequent injection of yours markedly increased the rectal temperature and the mean increment record was 224 and 2 Fahrenheit after 1800 of administration. Figure 1. Analgesic activity of standard diclofenac M4SG methanol extra 400 milligram per kilogram M2SG methanol extra 200 milligram kilogram P4SG petroleum extract fraction 400 milligram per kilogram P2SG petroleum extract 200 milligram kilogram and C4SG carbon tetralate fraction 400 milligram per kilogram C2SG carbon tetralium 200 milligram per kilogram D4SG dichloromethane fraction 400 milligram per kilogram T2SG dichloromethane 200 milligram kilogram E4SG ethyl acetate fraction 400 milligram kilogram and E2HG anti-acetate 200 milligram kilogram of S grossus in acetic acid rating. Values are represented in mean, same, one way anu followed by unit milk compliance was formed P 0 0.05 was confidence sequence compared to control. Figure 2. Percentage inhibiting by standard diclofenac sodium. M4SG methanol extra 400 mg kilogram. M2SG methanol extra 200 mg kilogram. P4SG petroleum ether fraction 400 mg kilogram. P2SG petroleum ether 2 mg kilogram. C4SG carbonate tetroide fraction 400 mg kilogram. C2SG carbonate tetranide 200 mg kilogram. D4SG dichromate fraction 400 mg kilogram. D2SG dichloromate 200 mg kilogram. E4SG ethyl acetate fraction 400 mg kilogram and E2SG alkene acetate 200 mg/kg of G grosses in acetic acid rating. Figure 3. Antinocitive effect of morphine. M4-Hg methanol extra 400 mg/kg and 2-Hg methanol extra 200 mg/kg. P4-Hg petroleum enter fraction 400 mg/kg. P2-Hg petroleum enter 200 mg/kg. C4-Hg carbonate tetralide vacuum 4 mg/kg and C2Hg carbonate tetrarium 200 mg/kg as from grosses in Chilfley method. Values are represented in mean, same, on the way ANOVA, followed by Dennett Moulting. Comparisons was performed. P0/0 4 F5 was coincidence 6 points compared to control.
Discussion and conclusion will be read by Nur Fatima. To Nur Fatima, time is yours.
Figure 4. Present elimination by standard morphine. 4F methanol extract 400 mg per kilogram and 2 methanol extract 200 mg per kilogram. P4SG petroleum ether fraction 400 mg per kilogram. 2 helium ether 200 per kilogram. C3 carbon tetrachloride fraction 400 mg and C2SG carbon tetrachloride 200 mg per kilogram of S. Process in Chilfley method. Next. Figure 5. Effect of control standard phenol M4SG methanol extract 400 mg per kilogram, M2G methanol extract 200 g, P4SG petroleum ether fraction 400 mg per kilogram, P2SG petroleum 100 mg per kilogram, C4SG tetrachloride fraction 400 g per kilogram, and C2SG tetrachloride 200 mg per kilogram of S. First using indicate direction. Discussion. Discussion. The methanol extract, as well as its different fraction from root of Sconotus process, was evaluated for analgesic effect against acetic acid-induced visceral pain and infection. With this test was further screening for antinociceptive activity using radiant Chilfley method in mice. The characteristic of pain activity generated by intraperitoneal injection of acetic acid is presented with contraction of abdominal muscle followed by extension of hind limbs and elongation of body part, and such contraction is thought to be mediated by local peritoneal receptor. The acetic acid provoked whiting is simple and commonly used method for screening analgesic drugs. The administration of acetic acid is responsible for the release of endogenous substances, which are supposed to excite the nerve ending causing the pain. Conclusion. The methanol extract and this differentiation from the root of S. Process displayed significant peripheral analgesic potential and antipyretic property. The central antinociceptive activity was absent. Since this is a pioneer work, further studies are necessary to validate this result, and other detailed studies on compound identification for the observed effect are essential to guarantee its clinical use.
That's the proposition of proof. For any mistake, please forgive. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wabarakatuh.